Fatalis, Crimson Fatalis, and even White Fatalis. Monsters only spoken of in legend and folktales passed down through generations. And in the comments of my Monster Hunter Freedom Unite video. God damn. Where's Fatalis? Hey yo, what about Fatalis though? A little sad that you didn't do the Fatalis fight. It was a pain and a half to unlock for high school me. I think you might have hit the nail on the head there as to why I didn't go for the Fatalis fight in the first place. Keyword being pain. But I hear ya, and I'll do you one better. Or even 3 better. Fatalis, Fatalis, and of course, Fatalis. This is gonna fucking hurt, I can already tell. So, strap the fuck in, and then reach across and grab the other set of seat belts for extra support, because these oversized, pissed off iguanas do not care if you're playing solo. They still scale for a full lobby of 4 players, and it fucking shows. Oh, also, if you're new, this is like a pseudo part 2 video. You should probably go back and watch the first part, or don't. You do you. You should also like and subscribe. If you do, I'll give you some of my Fatalis carves. Speaking of the absolute evil bastard, first up to bat, Legendary Black Dragon. The Legendary Black Dragon. It really exists then. We've prepared all instruments of war to assist you in your quest to destroy the dragon. The fate of the nation lies in your hands. Fatalis. The sorta end-all and sorta be-all of Freedom Unite's postgame. That could have been worded better, but honestly I stopped giving a shit after I failed 10th grade English. Now what's interesting about Fatalis, its health pool will carry over into the next hunt. Meaning that I can beat the shit out of this thing, and that damage is still dealt in the following hunt. Which is great news for me, because it has a big throbbing 26,000 health bar. And speaking of health bars, I forgot my fucking food buff. Some things never change. But don't worry, we're going back in there fully prepped and ready for anything. So it's gonna be like that, is it? We're gonna need to use everything we've got, including our surroundings. And lucky for us, here at the crispy and decaying remains of Castle Shrade, we've got options. We've got the big door slam, hits pretty good. Fatalis hates it when you do this. You've got cannons and ballista, not quite as strong, but again, Fatalis hates it when you do this. But hear me out. My personal favorite is the Dragonator up on the high wall in the back. And when it hits, Fatalis really fucking hates it when you do this. After that, a few more good hits, and we should be ready to wrap this shit up and head on to our next target. And there it is! We beat... Oh. It fled. Right. Cool. How many more times we gotta do this? Now I know. That clear time on Fatalis was a bit shit. Maybe a bit worrying even. But like, I'm so fucking rusty right now. For serious, I edited a whole 30-minute video and had to build a new PC because said video killed my graphics card levels of rusty. But it's all fixed, we're back in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, and I'm here for your hide, Fatalis. There's gonna be a lot more of this, trust me. Also, I hope you like the scenery because we'll be here for another 3 rounds. During our second bout, I managed to scar his chest, kick his ass, and finish the round within 30 minutes. An improvement, for sure. Third intro, it's roughed up and still pissed. You can tell by it doing this triple roar strat. All 3 of them do this shit, and it's totally not fucking irritating.
Shut your fucking mouth! Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
Other than that, just another wash, rinse, and repeat fight. Anime sword strikes, big gate attack, and of course, Fatalis' favorite. Goodbye, Fatalis. I'll be back after a food buff. You know the saying, 4th time's the charm. Your reign of terror ends here, you oversized pair of boots.
Let's do this.
Getting the kill by shooting it out of the sky feels weirdly satisfying. I gave it another ballista shot, you know, just to make sure. Nope, it's toast. And that's one Fatalis slain, but we're just getting started. Up next, the hot mess that is Crimson Fatalis. The end times. It appears the time has finally come. The bloodstained scales of the red dragon have graced the earth again in flaming glory. If you can stop this beast. I love the faith they have in me, but they also know how much horseshit this is about to be. Hardly anyone asked about this Fatalis in the comments, but y'all can't back out now. Hey. You can't skip forward to the next one either. If you do that, I'll know, and I'm gonna uninstall Minecraft from your computer. This time I brought a hammer, and I'm about to stub the fuck out of its toes. This little piggy went to the goddamn morgue. Gotta say, I'm taking a lot more damage this time around since I have to get closer to it. Who will win? One big bonking hammer or his tiny little steppies? Technically, Crimson Fatalis took round 1 because I didn't forget my food buff. It was cold pots. Completely forgot I'd need them here in this active volcano. There's also no siege weapons here, as far as I can tell. Just me, this hammer, and Crimson Fatalis' flat fucking feet. Them dogs are gonna look like waffles by the time this thing finally drops. Eventually, it got tired of me playing its foot like a goddamn xylophone and it initiated hard mode. Literally, it's hard now. No sex joke or anything. It actually hardened its skin and now I might as well just hit this thing with a rubber chicken. Or a bow of some sort. That would have been a better idea. But it can only keep it up for a few minutes, so that's kind of embarrassing, bud. After roughly 30 minutes of torture, we repel the foul beast back to whatever level of hell it spawned from. Only 3 more rounds to go. Again. Coming back into rounds 2 and 3, we broke a horn, slapped its ass, probably got hit a few times by these raining fireballs. They're everywhere and nowhere, all at the same time. And eventually, on the 4th and final round, Crimson Fatalis had fallen. It's either dead or both of its feet are completely shattered and it's throwing in the towel. Either way, it's a win. And now it's time for our final hunt against the ancestral dragon, White Fatalis. The hairy one, for some reason. The time has come. Here is your invitation to the ball. Wear your Sunday best and bring your greatest weapon, for it is time to go to the dance with the King of Disaster. I'll grab my best silver Rathalos thigh-high boots and armor and I'll meet you there. Here we are, against a monster that tests the limits of what Monster Hunter FATALIS Unite has to offer in its post-game. It's also a test of anyone's fucking patience. Now, all the Fatalises do similar shit, but there's something quirky about this one. Base Fatalis is just an asshole. Crimson Fatalis has a boner and rains down fireballs. And White Fatalis has... Why do I smell rain? I think I now know how Itachi felt after getting hit with a Kirin. And not this Kirin, that Kirin. And somehow we both managed to walk away. For a few seconds. And sometimes, White Fatalis likes to sit on top of its favorite sun rock like a lizard in its enclosure with a heat lamp and calls upon this clusterfuck. Sometimes it's the easiest thing to pass through. Other times, White Fatalis likes to play God and smite the absolute fuck out of you. Hell, sometimes it'll do it twice. Now all that sounds pretty fucking bad and bleak. But don't worry, I've brought out an old favorite of mine. And my original main weapon. No hard feelings. Dual blades. I'm about to turn this big, blindingly pale menace into a goddamn smoothie. Turn that blender dial to 11 and hold on to that fucking lid, cause shit's about to get messy. Took a couple tries, but after a while, we finally sent that fucker packing. Not really packing, I suppose. It's not really going anywhere. More like he got fed up with our Beyblade bullshit and is going out for a smoke break. I could use a break too, honestly. I probably dulled the hell out of these blades to the point where I just need new ones. Or I might as well just kick the damn thing. I legitimately burned through so many damn whetstones, and we'll be burning through several more because we've got rounds 2 and 3 to get through. And I get the feeling it's gonna keep coming back even more pissed. Yep, incredibly pissed. To be fair, I jabbed it in the eye pretty good with these dull fuckers during round 2 or 3, I forget which. Also should have mentioned it sooner, but like, this battle theme is really fucking good. I don't know if it's like top 10 material, but this shit slaps. After a couple hours of sweating, pissing, and taking crazy amounts of damage, we're finally able to repel it into its 4th round. The big showdown between an ancestral dragon that's become something beyond a god, and some stubborn twink. The answer might surprise you on who will win. Or not at all. It'd be a pretty shit video to end it here and not beating White Fatalis and finally ending Monster Hunter FATALIS Unite once and for all so that I can move on to another game. Also, to be honest, I really didn't think anyone would give a shit about these fights, but apparently, that's not the case. Plus, it's not even like their debut games, but when am I realistically going back to Monster Hunter 1 for Fatalis, Monster Hunter G for Crimson Fatalis, and Monster Hunter DOS for White Fatalis? Kind of a no-brainer to just do all 3 of them here in a game that I actually enjoy playing. Basically, my bad. But here we are. Fatalis has been slain, Crimson Fatalis along with it, and White Fatalis is running out the fucking clock? Plot twist though, it pulled a fast one on me last second and hit me with this shit. I was consistently making it flee around 30 minutes, and now we're running out the clock because this gargoyle wanted to sit on top of his coziest rock pillar the whole fucking hunt? No. Get back at the fucking blender. Full-on Beyblade time, dude. No rock pillar, no lightning, just letting this shit rip like a fucking weed whacker. And you know what? One more eye poke for good measure. Boom! Monster Hunter FATALIS Unite is over. It's done. I'm grabbing my shit and heading to Yakumo Village. Maybe a pit stop somewhere in between. Who knows? It's a long trip and my editing speed is atrocious. So, see ya in 1 to 3 months.